Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we're going to be finishing up the three-part series that we just started a couple days ago, going from start to finish on really how to make an income from trading cryptocurrency. So whether you guys are a day trader, a swing trader, a position trader, or you're looking to get into trading cryptocurrency, I wanted to put together this series to break down the necessary steps that you really need to take from start to finish in order to find a trade, understand how to plan out a potential trade, and then actually executing on a trade when the opportunity comes. So if you guys really enjoyed this series and want to see more videos like this helping you guys with your trading, definitely leave down in the comments below what kind of videos you guys want to see in the future. I know we had a few suggestions on the last video, so definitely keep suggesting more content in the description below. Now, before we get into today's video, for those of you guys who are not familiar with the channel, we focus on cryptocurrency news and updates, trading education, and providing content that helps you improve your trading skills every day. So for those of you who are completely new to trading cryptocurrency and haven't had the best of luck possibly, check out the free 4-day course that we put together for you guys, breaking down the 3 secrets behind making 60% plus per month swing trading cryptocurrency. So that, along with some other helpful resources, can be found in the description below. Now, again, this video is going to be focused on kind of going over the steps that we covered in the first and second video, and also following up on the execution part of trading and how to plan out your trade and then trade out your plans. So again, this video is focused on kind of starting out with getting up to that point of achieving $100 per day, whether you're going to be able to start off there at some point or working up to that point, what it really takes, and the breakdown of the numbers behind it, as well as the steps to take to get to that point. So starting off, again, in the first video, we discussed how to scan and identify potential, and that's what we're going to cover here in this slide. First off, identifying potential is all about looking for a discounted price relative to the time interval that we are trading on. So we talked a little bit about time intervals, how, if you're a day trader, you're probably going to use a shorter term time interval like the 1 minute, the 5 minute, or the 15-minute chart. And that's going to allow you to enter and exit a trade normally within that day. And then if you are looking for a longer term time interval, obviously you can up that. For me, I prefer the 1 hour to the 4 hour time intervals, and those are usually more so for swing trading. So again, we're looking for a discounted price relative to that specific time interval, depending on what kind of trader you are and what you're really looking for. So in order to make money, there obviously needs to be a lack of supply and a surge in demand after we purchase an asset so we can sell at a higher price. So that's, of course, why we're looking for that discounted price, because we want to see a discounted price so that when that surge of demand comes in, we're going to be on a higher probability side of the price going up rather than going down. And of course, we discussed the RSI indicator and of course the volume indicator. Those two indicators are also available as scanners on a website called tradingroom.io. We're going to look at that in a moment again. But again, we covered that in the first video, and those scanners are really, really helpful and allow us to find exactly what we're looking for, and also giving us options. There's normally not just going to be one trade whenever you look. There's going to be a lot of different options that you can go through, and it's going to allow you to have obviously the option to pick which coin you want to trade and which trade you really feel is going to help you achieve your goals. So really love that website. I'm really glad that I found that about 8 months ago. Someone in our private group suggested that, and since then it has been amazing using that. Now, second, we have to plan your trade, right? You can't just jump in once you see that it's a discounted price and then not really know what to do after. You need to go into a trade, and before you even purchase anything, you need to know where you're entering, where you're exiting, and also stop losses. What's Bitcoin doing? You need to know a few different things, not just the fact that you want to buy something. So before buying anything, again, you need to have a plan for every aspect of your trade. Now, I know I only put 3 bullet points here: different entry points, different exit points, and the stop loss, but there's a lot of other aspects that we're not going to be able to get into in this video specifically. Again, guys, this is just a 3-part series, but if you guys want more education, go ahead and check out that free 4-day course like I mentioned before. First link in the description, and of course there's some other links in the description that can help you guys out as well. So by using technical indicators, we can look for the highest probability trade that should work in our favor. Okay, so it's not going to be 100% every time, which is of course why we have risk management when it comes to trading, and we have stop losses and things like that, because just because something is 99% sure that we're gonna go into this trade and achieve a profit, that doesn't mean that 1% isn't gonna pop up and result in a loss if we stayed in that trade. So you guys need to keep that in mind. Not every single trade is going to be a winner, no matter how high of a probability it ends up being. So the reason I also wanted to mention that I put different entry points, plural, is because normally as a trader, depending on your account size, for me at least, and once you get up to the point where you're trading more so full-time or even part-time and you have a large account balance, you need to learn how to scale in and out of trades. So you're going to have different entry points based on different levels of seeing the hypothesis that you have about the trade that you're looking at. As the hypothesis is proven true, using a few different technical indicators, you're going to be able to scale in and also scale out at different price points depending if the trade is working for you or working against you. So again, that's a much more advanced topic that again we would save for some of the more premium options we have for education. We do have a private trading group that includes signals, full-time Discord chat, daily, weekly streams, and a bunch of other stuff, including a full educational curriculum. And of course, I wanted to mention that because we are starting to re-release that because it's been about 2 years since I first released that, and we finally refined it to a point where I feel comfortable to continue to push that out and get more people in on that, because I want to expand this community and I want to expand the private community as well, because I think a lot of people out there trading cryptocurrency definitely need to be surrounded with more people like them. So definitely check out those links below, but let's continue on. So number 3 is going to be execution. So first off, with execution, you need to plan your trade and trade your plan. Now, once you understand what you are doing, no matter what happens, you need to take action, execute, and monitor your trade properly. So there's a lot that goes into monitoring a trade and also trading in general that we can't cover all in one video. So go ahead and check out the channel for more videos talking more about some of these subjects. And also, if you guys want to see specific videos made, definitely leave comments down in the description. Now, talking about goals specifically, because this video is focused on what do we have to do to put together $100 per day, and it's pretty simple. So 15% per week on $5,000 is going to equal $750 per week, which is of course a little bit over $100 per day. Now, $5,000 may be a lot to some people, and it may be not a lot to some people, but $5,000 is actually just the trade size. So when it comes to trading, you don't want to just throw your whole account balance in every single trade. So why I put trade size in parentheses is because normally, for me at least as a swing trader, my trade sizes are anywhere from 10% to 25% per trade. Since I am more of a swing trader, I put more of my account balance on each trade, and I monitor them a little bit more closely, and I have a little bit more room to work with as a swing trader. Which is why my trade sizes are a little bit larger. A lot of times with day traders, you're only going to be using 1 to 5% of your account balance for each trade. But for a swing trader like myself, I normally use about 10 to 25% of my account balance per trade. So again, $5,000 per trade, and this is as when I started out as a trader. When I really started going full time, my account balance was right around $30,000, and I would use about $5,000 per trade, and allowing me to make that $100 per day and continue to compound that and grow that income very, very quickly, especially in the market that we're in. So again, guys, it's not that hard to put these numbers together, and you can only imagine if your trade size is 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 per trade size, what your income can really grow to as you continue to advance as a trader. So the bottom line that I want to make here is trading is all about compound interest. First off, you're never going to see success if you don't start, and you're never going to see the real success if you don't stay consistent with your trading, because compound interest is an amazing thing, and I've really come to learn that over the years. as at first I started out with a little bit of money, but as I grew that and as I continued to stay consistent, the money began to grow in ways that I never could have imagined, and at the point where I'm now dealing with very large trade sizes and a very large account balance. So again, guys, you need to take action and start trading and then stay consistent with your trading. And of course, we want to be able to help you out here at Investors Elite, which is why you guys can go in the description and check out our premium education program, which is an all-inclusive program with educational curriculum, our private Discord chat, daily, weekly streams. Those are an hour long, where we go over the trades that we're looking at for the day, and also signals from not only myself but the rest of the group. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of more updates and giveaways that we're going to be doing in the future. But I wanted to make this video and kind of let you guys know that we are now allowing people to enter back into the private group and to the curriculum, because we are doing a discounted price up until the full release of the educational curriculum. So as of now, each module is going to be released every single Wednesday up until the full curriculum is out, and up until the point of August 31st, the last day of August, the price is going to be discounted by quite a bit. So and still at that discounted price, it's way cheaper than anything else in the entire industry. I know you have blockchain education, which is a monthly price of like $200 or $300. So there's a lot of other options in the market, but what we wanted to do here is provide an affordable option and something that you didn't have to pay for every single month or every single year. This would just be a one-time payment, and it's an all-inclusive community, educational curriculum, signals, everything you guys need to really help you become a trader. But of course, you have to put the effort in yourself as well. So go ahead and check out that should be the first link in the description, or the second link. You guys can go over and check that out. And of course, like I said, everything's not going to be finished up until August 31st, which is why there's a discount currently. But again, that discount's only going to be available until that point. So don't wait, because the price will go up, and as time goes on, the price will continue to go up, because I don't want to allow this group to get too massive. I do want to keep this group relatively small up until the point of where it's fully released. So why don't we jump into some of the websites, go over some of the steps we just talked about, and then we'll close out this video at the end. Okay, so now we're back over in tradingroom.io, and I wanted to come here because we're just going to go over the steps kind of in a row and show you guys where you really want to be at each point and understand these steps pretty in depth. So first off, we want to identify that potential. We're looking for things that are not only oversold or a discounted price on the relative time period that we're looking to trade in. So for example, if we're looking to do a long-term position trade, for example, the daily time interval, we're going to be looking for the RSI to be low during that time interval. Not only that, but we also want to see some good volume coming in as well. So we're going to come up here and sort by volume and see what we can see that is a low RSI on the daily. And I can see right here that EOS is actually 30.99, which is pretty low, but we'll continue to scroll down here, see if there's anything else that catches my eye. And honestly, there's not much that does, because Bitcoin, along with every single other altcoin, have been going up a little bit over the past couple days. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at EOS, and we'll hop into a chart and actually plot out a trade, which is the next step, of course, planning out your trade. So come in here to EOS, and of course we're on Zilliqa. We talked about that in the last couple of videos, which is actually a trade I'm currently in. But we come over here to EOS because I want to give you guys a fresh example of how we do this. So here we are in EOS, EOS Tether, it looks like. So EOS is currently not exactly oversold. I think it may be on the Bitcoin pairing instead. EOS Bitcoin. Okay, so yeah, EOS Bitcoin. Come over here to the daily chart, and we can see that a long-term position trade would be a good potential trade due to the fact that it is incredibly oversold on the daily chart. It hasn't seen this low of a price since December of 2017, and it looks to have a good amount of profit potential moving forward. So we can see that there's a large amount of profit potential back up to where the price was in April of this year, about 182%. So that is the profit potential that we may be looking for in a long-term position trade like this one. Now, after we find that it has that profit potential, we look at the long-term chart. And again, this is for a position trade. It would be much different if we were looking at a swing trade, as we were looking at in the video previous to this one with Zilliqa. But I want to stay with a longer-term time frame to make it a little bit simpler for everyone to understand. So now that we see the RSI, it's discounted in the relative time interval, we want to take a look at some of the other indicators. So first off, I want to take a look at the MACD. As we can see, the MACD shows signs of the beginning of a possible uptrend. It's incredibly low on the MACD and hasn't been at this point since December of 2018. And then before that, really hasn't been at this point a lot either. We see a couple points here where it was pretty low as well back in looks like August of 2018, but still the price wasn't this low of a price. So it looks like a pretty good deal during this time interval. And then jumping into the moving averages, I want to see what kind of action we're seeing there. So like we talked about yesterday, we want to see not only a discounted price in this relative time interval as we just looked at with the RSI, but we want to see momentum starting to move up. So as we just looked at with the MACD, we can see that the moving average has crossed over on the MACD, and we're starting to see some good momentum here, as you can see with these green volume candles on the MACD, as well as the fact that the moving average on the MACD has crossed, showing a bullish sign. So now that we've looked at that, we can come in here and look at the moving averages and see how the price is reacting to some of the moving averages. So the first moving average we want to see is this 10-day moving average. And the first bullish sign that I'm already looking at is the fact that the price is above the 10-day moving average, which hasn't happened for a while. As you can see, the price has stayed below, and the 10-day moving average has acted as a resistance even when it tried to push above in July, which was earlier this month. It looks like it tried to push above that price and got rejected once, twice, and it now finally pushed through on the third try. So it's now above the 10-day moving average. But what we want to see is a possible push up to the 20-day moving average, a rejection back to the 10-day, and then a bounce off the 10-day and through the 20-day. Okay, so there may be a few different points where we would enter. So first off, if you're scaling into a position, for me at least, I would want to enter on the lowest RSI point, and then I would want to enter as well on the point where we push through the first moving average. And then also when we get rejected by the 20-day, come back to the 10-day, and then on the push through the 20-day. So there may be three different entry points or points where we scale into this trade, because this would be a larger trade. So like I said before, as a swing trader, myself as a swing trader, I only usually do 10 to 25% of my total account balance per trade. Something like this, that is a longer term trade, I may do 30 or 40% because it's a longer term position trade, and it's actually a longer term time interval than I would normally do as a swing trader. So there may be three different points that I scale into. Normally I would only do 2 or 1 as a swing trader, but this again helps us mitigate our risk and not go all in at once, and kind of see if the trade is working for us, because again, we want to see a few different things happen. First off, we wanted to see that RSI discount, so we entered in a small amount of the position there. Then we want to see actually the momentum carry above and break the resistance of the 10-day moving average, which we are starting to see right here, which would be another entry point. And then we want to see the bounce off the 20-day back down to the 10-day, acting as a support now. And then whenever we see a break through the 20-day moving average, that could also be another entry point as well. And again, the profit potential at that point, we would want to possibly look to sell up at the 50-day moving average, which could then act as a resistance once we get to that point, or possibly the 200-day moving average. Either way, once we're in the trade, then we can start to look at things like a trailing stop loss, points where we're going to take profit, and a few different other things like that we're not going to go too much into in this video. But again, you guys can of course check out some of the other content on the channel. also that free 4-day course, and of course our premium education as well, which is going to be released every single week up until the end of August. So if you guys want to be a part of that, you guys want to grow with the channel and with the community, this is something I'm really excited about and finally ready to kind of release in a full manner, because in the past I've had signals and education be separate, and I want to bring everything together, put it all together for you guys in for a low price compared to some of the other outrageous prices that I've seen in the industry, and grow a community and really grow a community of successful traders. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So if you guys want to be a part of that, of course, go ahead and check that out. You guys can see that is the Trading Accelerator, and I would love to have you guys all on the team. So again, once we understand what our plan is, we need to obviously learn how to execute, and execution comes down to, of course, learning how to use the order book and learning how to actually use some of the limit order, the market order, when to use all of these different things, as well as some other tools that we use, and myself and the private community uses, something like 3 commas to actually manage the trade, and a few other things like that. So if you guys do want to learn more about some of the more advanced methods that we use when executing our trades, go ahead and of course subscribe to the channel and check out some of the resources in the description. But again, guys, this is the last and final video of this 3-part mini series that I wanted to do, showing you guys how to get to $100 per day and really breaking down the numbers of $100 per day. And again, for this trade specifically, this may not be a way to get to that $100 per day, because something on a daily time interval, that's not something that is normally controllable or necessarily going to help you achieve that number. You would have to have a large account balance to get $100 per day with trades on the daily time frame. But again, if you guys want to come in and learn how to become a swing trader or a day trader, there's definitely going to be opportunities that are going to allow you to reach, for example, 8% in 16 hours. We have right there, and then another pretty much the same exact trade, 10% in 23 hours. And this is all within, we have the 16th of July all the way up to the 20th of July. That's within 4 days. So this is only one coin within 4 days, and you're going to be able to achieve these percentages because the market allows for these percentages. A big thing that I always get is, you can't make that percent per day. Well, if you look at my account balance, you'll see that over the last year and a half, I've almost reached 15% per week. Most of the times, a lot more than that for the last year and a half. So this market is a lot different than, for example, the stock market, Forex market. You're going to be able to achieve pretty high percentages if you understand how to take advantage of this market. So again, if you guys want to become a part of the team, you guys want to continue to grow with us and grow with the private community as well as the channel, make sure to subscribe. Check out some of those links in the description, some of the resources we have for you guys. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and understand more so than you did before of the real necessary parts of understanding how to find a trade, execute that trade, and then continue to stay consistent with your trading. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.